We will see in this video how to create an external style sheet to act on the overall presentation of our HTML page. The interest of this technique is if your site has 10 or 100 pages or more, the first fact of acting on your style sheet, for example the background color of the pages, will change the color of all the pages of our website, and this one time of all pages of your site. So to create an external style sheet, I will choose the file menu and click on the new option. I choose in the dialog box that appeared an empty page and CSS. I press the OK or Creation K. A new page appeared. This page is totally different from the other one, the other HTML pages. So we are going with the CSS Style tab and the icon here, Add a CSS Rule, to create a CSS style rule that applies to the body tag of every page of our site. So I will choose here tag, which allows me to access in this box to all the existing HTML tags. So here I choose the body tag, since it is the one I want to change, and press then on OK. So in my style sheet window, I'm seeing the word body and the opening and closing brace. So due to the different categories here proposed, so I will in the type category modify the general font of my page, and I want to use a sans serif font, preferably Verdana, Geneva or sans serif font. So it is always advisable to choose a sans serif font for your web pages, because it increases the readability of your pages. So we will set the font size to 12 pixels. In the background category, we will allow to choose a background color. So I will choose here the yellow color. I could in the same way choose a background picture if I want here, and repeat or not this picture. So by clicking on apply here, so I can see that the different instructions are automatically generated. So I press OK. So we have to create a style, two possibilities. The first one is to use the menus we have just seen. The other one is simply to write the different instructions needed to change any element of our page. Okay, so here I agree by pressing enter here, and I will use the instruction margin M. It's the first letter of margin, and this allows me to access to all the different margins. So I will use the margin bottom by double clicking. I will indicate that I want a bottom margin of 20 pixels. So I type 20 px, and I don't forget to add a semicolon. Then I press enter, and I continue M, and this one is margin left. I double click on margin left, and I want that this margin has 50 pixel. Semicolon, then margin right, the same 50 pixels, semicolon, enter, and then for the margin top here, a margin of 20 pixel is enough. Okay, and I'm ended by a semicolon. So I finished to characterize the general aspect of my HTML page, and I will save this style sheet by clicking here on the File menu and Save tab. So I will name my style sheet, for instance, style, or any other name you want, and I don't forget to add .css at the end to indicate that it's not an HTML page but a CSS one. And then I press on save. So now I would like to link this style sheet to one or more pages of my website. So I go back on my HTML page, and you can see here that this HTML page doesn't have any format. So with the help of the link here of style sheet K in the style palette, so I will indicate with the browse K where my style sheet is here. So I select it and I press OK. So I can either link my style sheet or import it. If I choose to import my style sheet would be copied in the header of my HTML page. So in my case, I will choose the link option. This has the advantage of being able to apply this style sheet to multiple pages of my site. So I agree by pressing on OK. So I go back to the creation to see what happens, and here nothing happens. So I write manually the name of my style sheet here, and so I go back to the creation display, and instantaneously the style applies. So my pages receive the body style that I've previously defined. The background color changed, and the margins too. So my font is a sans serif font with 2 pixel height. So clicking on the code display here, and we will see the changes that we made by the application of our style. Here. So you can see that of the body tag, another tag appears, which is the link tag. This line indicates to the browser that this web page is linked to a page which name is style.css, and that this style must be applied to this HTML page. We will now save our work. Here I name this external style sheet, and then I click on save. Okay. So we will use the value debug icon here or the F12K to view the result of the page in our favorite browser. So I can choose to see it in Firefox, and so we show the result here. So in this video we saw how to create and link an external style sheet to modify the general layout of a web page.